Hi, English students. I'm going to do a short overview of what we did in class today. So we looked at figuring out your topic and keywords. We did some searching in OneSearch, and we talked about how to ask questions and find citation help. So I'm going to walk you guys through that. All right, we're going to start from the Cabrillo homepage. There's a link to the library on every page down at the bottom. And then also up at the top under most sought pages. And this takes you to the library homepage. We're going to be searching in OneSearch, so that's right here on the homepage. You can go ahead and type in your topic and search. But we're going to actually start with the research guide for your class, and that's something you can go back to if you have questions. So over here on the left side under Find, I'm going to click on Research Guides. These are all Cabrillo's research guides, and we're going to go to 1A. And then from 1A, we're going to go to your class with Lisa Storer. So this is what we were working on today. Over here on the left side, you can see there's a link to Ask a Librarian. And you can chat anytime the library is open, or you can submit a question using the form after hours. And there's also a note about off-campus access, and pretty much almost all of the library collections are online, and you can access them 24/7, and you log in using your Canvas login and password. So we started by kind of thinking a little bit about our topic and doing some background research here, and figuring out what it was that people wanted to learn and research about this topic. Some people were interested in housing discrimination and race. Other people were looking at housing discrimination and people with disabilities. Other people were interested specifically in why people were denied loans or why people were given higher interest rates. So those are some of the topics that people researched. And you know, the terms, the search terms or keywords you use to search are going to obviously get you different results. So if I put in housing discrimination and mortgage rates, I'm going to get different terms than if I put in housing discrimination, transgender, right? So thinking a little bit before you start researching about what you're interested in and what are the search terms that are going to help you find more information on that topic. After that, we started doing some searching. So I'm going to skip over here to Find Sources. That page has a link to the video that Lisa shared with you about searching and narrowing down or refining your results in OneSearch. And it has a OneSearch box right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start searching. And again, I'm going to put in housing discrimination. And that takes me into OneSearch. So what OneSearch is it's a kind of mega Google-like tool that searches across all of the library collections at once. So you're looking at, you know, books and articles and newspapers, which is great. But it also means that you have to do some work to narrow down your results. And a few ways you can do that are by adding more terms. So I'm going to go to Advanced Search, and that gives me some more boxes to add terms. So again, here I could add people with disabilities. I could add mortgage rates. I could add race. So I'm going to just do a few different searches to see what results we get with different terms. So we get about almost 40,000 results related to housing discrimination and race. I can see there's a lot of ebooks in here. I'm going to change it to mortgage rates, and you could throw in some other terms using the or. So I could just put in banks, or let's try loans or financing. And the or is telling the computer any of these words will work. It must have housing discrimination. It must have mortgage rates or loans or financing. I'm going to go ahead and search. And you can see that that is going to change the results that I get. This one came up on both. But overall, I get different results with different keywords. So I'm going to try one more, transgender. And again, we could throw in or LGBTQ or queer and search. So one more thing I want to do related to keywords with this search is I notice I have a lot of results. I have about 5,500. And a lot of them are talking about discrimination generally. So one other thing I can do to try to focus my search a little bit is I can use the quotes. And what this does is it says I'm searching for this exact term, housing discrimination. Otherwise, it's going to look for everything that has housing, everything that has discrimination, but it's not necessarily going to look for that exact phrase, housing discrimination. So let me try that and see if we have any results on that topic. Okay, great. So we're down to about 400 sources, and hopefully these are a little more focused on housing specifically. A couple other things I want to do before I look at my results are I'm going to narrow it down a little more over here on the left side. I'm going to narrow it by date. Let's say I only want results from the last 10 years. Oops, let me try that again. 2010 to 2020. And one more important thing for us right now is I will only want results that are available online. We do have a lot of books on this topic, but unfortunately we can't access those print books right now. So only results from the last 10 years, only online results. So now we have about almost 400, and I can scroll through and pick on anything that looks interesting. So I'm going to click on this title, Transgender Drug Program Resident Claims Housing Discrimination. And this looks like maybe a magazine. I can go here for the full text. Sometimes there'll be a description down here. This one doesn't have one. Maybe it's a short article. And then along the top here, I have these tools for emailing and citing my source. I'm going to go ahead and click here to get into the full text. And you can see that I have to log in using my Canvas ID and password to see the full text. And that takes a minute to load, and here we go. I have the article. I have these same print, email, cite tools on the right, and then over here is the full text. So this looks like a short article from a Hold magazine that is all about New York landlords versus tenants. All right, so going back to our research guide, a couple other things I want to remind you of. There is the citation tab down here that has information about citation. You will also be doing a couple of MLA citation modules in Library 10, so you'll get a lot of practice with that. And again, you can connect with Matt, your L10 librarian, or use Ask a Librarian at any time if you have questions. So for example, if you're not getting good search results, if you try to get the full text but you can't, there's a problem and you get stuck, If you can't figure out how to do the citation, get in touch with us and we can help. That's what we're here for. All right, good luck with your research, and please hit us up if you need help.